Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon.
Start off, last Monday night we broke the whole Burger King thing. Remember that? We broke the whole Burger King bailout, the Burger King scandal, the Burger King conflict of interest. Big doings. Well, we broke that Monday night. By Tuesday night, we had taken that video just of the part of the segment where we discussed it, and you sang the song. and we took that, and we made it viral. And the thing went viral overnight. Various people have I don't know how they do it. They must have a YouTube downloader that actually works. Because I can't do that. I can't take a video off of YouTube and put it back up and have it worth anything. We need to pass videos before they get to YouTube. But somebody has been taking videos that we put up on YouTube and put their own up. I don't know how they did it, and they came out okay, and they're getting lots of views all over the damn place. This thing is viral and spiral. It's like a mushroom that's fungied all over the place. It's mushroom spores. Okay, so that's what's going on. People are watching that. They're blown away. The word is spreading through the inner circles in Rubashkin's camp, right? The lawyers, everyone knows about this now. This is huge. This is really exciting, folks, because Levi and I are breaking the stories. We're the ones generating the mud. You want mud generated? Come to Levi Ford. No, this guy is King Mud. He's the mud king.
It's Sholom.
He will find the mud.
I shine light. I don't sling mud, I shine light.
Right. Okay, so that's what happened last week. Then they had a big appeal on Wednesday morning, the appeals case, and the lawyer argued, and there's not going to be a verdict in that for several months down the line. So in the meantime, we should keep going and try to generate. Let's get to the bottom of this before that they make their decision. Before these judges make a decision. You know, let's make it all viral and spiral and let them know all the facts of what's really going on, right? Let's talk about some more. Last week we discussed the conflict of interest of Goldman Sachs and Burger King. Goldman Sachs, I posted it on our Torah Talks fan page. If you're not on it yet, you should be on it because that's what we're going to be posting to exclusively on Facebook, Torah Talks with Rabbi Rabs and Luke Ford. I posted the Goldman Sachs, I posted the conflict of interest list for the judge, and she should have recused herself because Goldman Sachs is on her list. Goldman Sachs is a big part of Burger King, invested heavily in it. Burger King, right, is in the meat industry, and there was a potential conflict of interest because she was judging a case involving the meat industry. And at least there's the appearance of impropriety, right? Because it's to Burger King's advantage that Rubashkin and the agri-processors and the Jew got thrown down the well, right? So even if there wasn't bribery or something like that, or it wasn't done with intent, there's the appearance of impropriety, right? She has a conflict of interest because it stands to reason that she will benefit by Rubashkin being hurt and Burger King winning in the competition, right? Very simple logic. Now. That's just the start, Levi. We have a bigger story this week. Are you ready? Can you handle bigger?
I can handle.
Okay. Because viewer Yitzi, hey Yitzi, how you doing? He went through that same judge's official list, which I had posted, and he found J.P. Morgan Chase. Have you ever heard of them, Levi? They're bigger than Goldman Sachs. I think that Morgan Chase is the biggest bank in America. Would I be wrong if I thought that?
No, it's not number one, but I think it's the most profitable.
What would be number one?
Bank of America.
I think Bank of America is number 3. I think it goes Chase, then Citibank, and then Bank of America, due to mergers.
Okay.
I think Chase is the biggest. Maybe I'm wrong. And this one has even greater conflicts because we're not just talking about Burger King, which is the #2 fast food restaurant. We're going to be talking about the #1 meat manufacturing company right now in the world. This is big, lady. Big. Okay? Bigger than your beard. Bigger than your ego. All right. J.P. Morgan Chase, they assisted in the acquisition of a company called Swift & Company. Swift. All right? Who are they? It was one of the biggest meat packers in America. So what? Well, in December 2006, 6 of the companies, you may remember this, 6 of Swift's meat packing facilities in Colorado, Nebraska, Texas, Utah, Iowa, and Minnesota were raided by U.S. immigration officials, resulting in the apprehension of close to 1,300 illegal aliens. Do you remember that? And they closed down all these meat manufacturing plants. It's about 5 years ago. And there was like, a whole scandal because they went and they raided and they found these illegal aliens. Do you remember this?
I don't remember.
Oh, this was on Fox News all the time. I remember this story. Why is that interesting? It was a big story. Swift had far more illegal aliens that they were caught with than Rubashkin was accused of ever having. Yet no one from Swift who got busted got a life sentence for it. You're starting to connect the dots, lady? You starting to connect the dots? Isn't that interesting? That, if Rubashkin was so terrible that he had to go away for 27 years, right? Why didn't anyone in Swift have that same thing when they had even more illegal aliens? Why didn't we ever, something's wrong here. So on July 12, 2007, JBS, I'm sure you've never heard of it, they work behind the scenes, they're the largest beef processor in South America, and one of the largest worldwide beef exporters, purchased Swift, making the newly consolidated JBS Swift, this merger, as one of the largest beef processors in the world. Okay? And on September 16, 2009, the company announced that it had acquired the food operation of Grupo Burton. I don't know who they are. They're one of the 3 Brazilian market leaders, and that consolidated its position as the largest beef producer in the world. Guess who assisted in that transaction?
J.P. Morgan Chase.
J.P. Morgan Chase has a big financial interest in what's this big global conglomerate, which combines this big American beef processor and this other one from Brazil. Okay, JBS Swift is combined with Grupo Burton is this gigantic meat thing, and J.P. Morgan Chase has their feet and their arms and their hands buried in the meat. They are swimming in beef. Okay? Is that a problem? Is that a conflict of interest? Is that a conflict of interest for a judge who's sitting on the Rubashkin case? Well, you ask yourselves the question. At the very least, there's the appearance of impropriety. It's so visible that even Stevie Wonder can see it. It looks like the judge wanted to maximize her investment in J.P. Morgan Chase, okay, which is behind this gigantic conglomerate of meat. She might as well have put on her conflict of interest the entire meat packing industry, because J.P. Morgan Chase is heavily invested in the world's biggest meat processor. And she wanted, now why is that important in this case specifically? Because you could say that she wanted to keep Swift attractive to foreign investors, foreign buyers, such as JBS. So the judge got involved in the bust of Rubashkin so as to, you getting ready to sing it, Levy?
Throw the Jew down the well.
Throw the Jew down the well, right? Get all the government and all the media involved in pushing down Rubashkin down the well, right? That leaves Swift in the clear, even though they had 1,300 illegal aliens that were caught in their facilities. Nothing happens to them. They go scot-free so that they look attractive to JBS and Chase Manhattan, or whatever they call it, J.P. Morgan Chase, right? Can make that transaction, and they can be involved in the world's biggest corporation in the meat packing industry. That, my friends, is called the appearance of impropriety. I'm not saying that the judge necessarily did those things, but it appears she did those things for her own benefit, and just the fact that it appears that way is enough that she should have recused herself from the case. Clearly, without a shadow of a doubt, there is way too much tarnish now between the Burger King and between this new case with the Swift, with the J.P. Morgan, and with the Goldman Sachs. She is too heavily invested in this stuff to say, oh, it's not a problem, I don't have a conflict of interest. She's got a conflict of interest. This case should have been taken out of her hands immediately, and somebody else should have been the judge. What do you have to say? You want to just sing the thing one more time?
In my country there is problem. And that problem is the Jew.
You remember any of it?
Throw the transport down the well.
No. No, we normally go with the transport, but Kazakhstan is very wide.
Yes.
Right? So, we just throw the Jew down the well, throw the Jew down the well.
So my country can be free.
Yeah, and then we can...
Have a big party.
Big party, lady. Put it right there. So what do you think of that? You think that I just showed you on you think Yitzi's right? Do you think that her involvement, her investment in Goldman Sachs and J.P. Morgan is just too much for somebody to be the judge properly? A Rubashkin case that deals and the allegations are mistreatment of employees, which Burger King also had, and illegal aliens, which Swift had. I think it's too much.
I'm not sure, but I do wonder why Sholom Rubashkin got 27 years. And I think probably all the media attention given to agri-processors, much of it negative over the years, certainly got everybody whipped up into a frenzy, and then Peter put out those appalling videos that made agri-processors
that was reprehensible.
bad.
Yeah.
And so there's kind of like a feeding frenzy to go after Sholom Rubashkin.
Yeah. Okay, and that's it. So I just want to say to all the folks watching that we're going to stay on this Rubashkin thing day and night. Me and Levi don't sleep. We work through the night, raking the mud, right? We're digging up the dirt, because who else is going to do it except for your moral leader here? Who else is going to dig up the dirt, right? They're not going to talk about this stuff on Fox News. I didn't hear Bill O'Reilly talking about this stuff today. Did you? He doesn't talk about this stuff. You're not going to hear this stuff on NPR. They're too busy bad-mouthing and bashing the Republicans, right? You're not going to hear it there. Where are you going to hear this stuff? You're not going to find it in the LA or New York Times. They don't touch it. The only place you're going to find it is right here, folks, on Torah Talks. This is the most important media show on the internet or TV today, is this show, right? And we're doing the work. We're the ones, we know it, you know it, we're the ones who are going to get Rubashkin out of prison. You know it. Right? You know it. It's going to be because of us. Here's what we need you to do. Do your part. Support the show. Okay? We're the ones saving the Jews. Send your checks to us to make sure it gets done. You're doing a mitzvah.